Hello, this is Jason Callan again with my trusty tablet paper. When I was at work, uh, I figured out some, movies that are underappreciated. I've been listening to this list, and this would be 57 through 66 most underappreciated movies in the history of the planet. Wow, it's a lot of movies. And there's so many more out there that don't get any attention and stuff like that. I'm just bringing something to the surface. You know what I'm saying? Let's say 57 was one of my favorite ones when I was in elementary school. It's called Kiss Me the Phantom of the Park. Yes, it's incredibly cheesy and silly, but it's a great movie. Hanna-Barbera made it. And I remember me and my friend, we saw it on Sunday night movies on NBC when it came out. And then they showed it once or twice. They showed it once on CBS right around before I went to the Army. I remember, boy, it looks a lot different. I remember when I was little, I thought he spent millions of dollars on it. They might have spent a couple thousand on it, And it got released when I was in Fort Bragg on Good Times Home Video. That's when I bought it. But it's Kiss Me the Phantom of the Park. They're in this amusement park, and they deal with this guy that makes the props and the haunted house and stuff like that for the amusement park, and they deal with him and stuff like that. And then they make uh, clones of Kiss, and they do a song called "Seek and Destroy," which is actually a cool song, but that's just the movie. It's pretty good. What else is next? Another one's called Alligator. And I remember Cisco and Ebro put this on the worst movies of the week. No, the week's worst movies, the dogs of the week. And it's a good movie. I don't care. I remember seeing it on the CBS late night movie with Robert Forster. I never saw it on cut. I saw it on TV, and it was really good. Oh, you gotta have that Pepsi. It's really good. All right. Next one's a Western con, Great Scout and Cat House Thursday. Very funny movie with Robert Culp and Oliver Reed. This one my dad really likes too. Very funny movie that, I don't know. I remember hearing about it from Sharon and Sergeant Scarvet in Fort Detrick, Maryland. And I never seen the movie, but they mentioned it. I didn't see it until years later when they first finally started showing on Encore on the Westerns count, when they still had multiplex, Movieplex. Movieplex was cool. Every day they'd have different theme movie. Wednesday was Westerns. So my dad was watching that, and he really liked that movie too. After that, the great movie called The Brain That Wouldn't Die. I remember seeing that on, it used to be the late night, what was it? The Great Late Night Horror Show, or something like that on ABC, on the CBS, on the 24th hour with Jim Cook hosting. That was a great movie about a guy who unfortunately killed his girlfriend, and her head is gone. And he puts it in this pan of his blood and stuff like that. And it starts speaking to him, and it turns on him, and there's a monster in the closet that comes out. It's really good. It's a good, crazy movie. Then I remember Rhino released it, hosted by Elvira, and I have that one. It's really good. I bought that in Fort Detrick, Maryland, a long time ago, on VHS, way before DVDs. All right, next is a movie I saw at the theater in, I can't remember, I think it was in Edinburgh, the West Erie Plaza. It's called One of Our Dinosaurs is Missing. It's a Walt Disney movie. It's kind of like a Charlie Chan type thing with 3D stuff. And it involves these, like a fossilized dinosaur missing and stuff like that. And it's a big caper movie that Walt Disney did. But they did a whole bunch of cool movies in the 70s and early 80s that didn't do that. The live action one didn't do that well until months later. But it's a cool movie. I remember seeing it with my dad and my sister. We liked it very much. It was pretty neat. Next one is another Burt Reynolds movie called Gator. Gator's cool. I think it's the sequel to White Lightning. And basically him and Jerry Reed are in there moonshiners, and Jerry Reed's the bad guy in this one. And there's a scene where Burt Reynolds gets really drunk and he's mouthing off to this big tough guy and stuff like that. Jerry Reed said, "You take him and you drop this guy, but no, you hurt him. You hurt him." But he didn't like it. It's a great movie. I saw that in Karlstadt, Germany. Wow, back in '89. It's been a long time since I was in the Army. And after that is a movie I always thought it was called The Key. It was a favorite movie when I was growing up. My dad and I would see on CBS. And I found out on another site, it's called Fear is the Key. I've been looking for it everywhere because there's one with Christopher Lee and that's not the right one. But it's called Fear is the Key. It's really good. Uh, what else is there? Uh, Another one called Scavenger Hunt. Scavenger Hunt I saw a long time ago. I know this one guy that rode on the bus with me saw it, and he said it was the stupidest movie he's ever seen. I loved it. It was really funny. Even my mother laughed. She hates it. She has no sense, but she laughed so hard. It's very funny and not appreciated. And the last two are two like journeys, like a nighttime journey type thing. One's called After Hours, Martin Scorsese's movie. And it has Cheech and Chong reformed again, in there. It's very good. And the next one is Into the Night with Michelle Pfeiffer, Jeff Goldblum, and David Bowie's in it as his boss. And Jeff Goldblum's like having a crazy night, and he goes on this wild adventure with Michelle Pfeiffer. Very beautiful in it. And they have a whole bunch of different adventures that there's comedy in it. And John Landis directed, and also he has a funny part in it. But the guy, he gets mad and he starts shooting his door. It's very good and very funny. A lot of movies, man. A lot of movies. Well, anyways, this has been Jason Callan for most underappreciated movies in the history of the world. Movies number 57 to 66. I might have to take a break after this. That's a lot of movies. But it's hard to remember because you remember these movies growing up. Some of these movies were my favorite when I was a kid, And, it's just something else. And it's just tough remembering them all this time. And then it seems like you forget half of them. But you do remember them eventually, and then that's when I make these. So take care and stay metal again. And thank you for the Borat Metal Monitor saying nice video on my one video of 34 through 38. It's very, very nice. Thank you very much. I can't remember.